Please state your name, age, and address. My name is Garrett Baker. I am 24 years old and I live in Houston, Texas, 10402 Town and Country Way. Please state your profession. I am an environmental engineer for NASA down at the Space Center, Johnson Space Center in League City. How long have you been in that profession? I have been in this position for a year now. Previously, before that, I was a geospatial analyst at a company called Weston Solutions, where I did primarily response work and GIS mapping for them. How do you feel your undergraduate degree is relevant to your stated opinions? I feel that my degree is relevant because I am heavily educated in spatial boundaries and where they're located and where things are located. I had a minor in Geographic Information Systems, or GIS. My undergrad is in environmental geoscience. How much land did Elf Energy intend to obtain? Well, originally the plot of land was 160 acres leased to them in 1928, which was a very long time ago. And then in 1968, the following company, Masso Energy, also received a lease from the same man for 640 acres, or the entire tract minus the northwest quarter, which would be the Elf Energy. So they assumed that they were going to obtain that 160 acres, and that is my professional opinion that they do own that, whether it is stated or not in the lease agreement. Why did the Texas Railroad Commission approve Masso Energy drilling permit if it was in the incorrect place? Well, I don't believe that the TRC was informed of this, personally, because they do permit the wells, but they do not necessarily always permit the leases. Typically, that is up to the stakeholders and the relevant individuals, and in this case, it would be Mr. Gabriel and Elf Energy and Masso Energy. Why do your documents justify Elf Energy taking Masso land? Well, my documents do, because the ones that were given to me, state that based off this survey that in 1928, May 5th, that Elf Energy signed a lease agreement in the northwest quarter of Abstract 199. Now, there is no date that the lease ends. Also, Elf Energy could have obtained the land by adverse possession. That is one possibility. And Masso Energy drilled a well that essentially went through the southeast corner of their tract. And the well bore was in the northeast corner of the Abstract 199. Have you ever made a mistake in your professional career? Yes, one that comes to mind was in December of 2017. I was in the Virgin Islands on response for the hurricanes, and we were doing some assessments of potential hazardous chemical leaks, and I was tasked with making maps for them, mapping out these leaks and potential areas that had hazardous chemicals in the air. And I used the wrong map projection. I was using a equal area map rather than a conformal conic, and so it sort of displaced the shape of the plume, if you will, and there were a few neighborhoods that were potentially exposed to these hazardous chemicals. Turns out that they were not, but they were alerted and people were evacuated for no reason, so it was a rather large mistake and quite embarrassing having these people evacuate their homes for no reason at all. How much time did you spend coming to your opinion? I spent about 3 days. It was about 11 hours total researching on the web and going through the document that I've been provided to me, the Well 8H plat. I came to this conclusion very confidently, and I think that Masso Energy does own Elf Energy compensation for going on to their land. Thank you.